Ryan,
I, Ryan,
take you, Janiah,
take you, Janiah,
to be my wife,
be my beautiful wife,
for better or for worse.
better or worse.
I, Janiah, take you, Ryan,
take you, Ryan,
to be my husband,
to be my husband,
for better or for worse.
for better or for worse.
I now pronounce you husband and wife.
All right, everybody, welcome to episode 4 of our podcast, For Better, For Worse, For Real. This episode, what I want to start doing every week is having a weekly check-in. So I just want to know, where are we at this week?
I think this week has been fairly okay. We did hit kind of like a snag later on this week, just as far as us being more open with our communication, and that's just something that we just need to improve on going forward.
I would agree. I feel like yesterday we had more so me a setback in communication where what we've been working on in our relationship is having more open and honest communication where no matter what it is, just being upfront and honest, no matter how difficult a conversation might be. And me being able to express, I feel this way, and not wanting to turn it into a fight or disagreement causes me to say, I don't want to talk about it. That's something we don't want to do. I need to improve on that. And that's something that yesterday I failed to do. And I don't want to be like that no more. So,
Well, I think the first step in that is you just taking accountability and realizing that, you had a setback and that, we have a plan to kind of keep that from happening going forward.
right. So today's topic will be uncomfortable truths in marriage we're not supposed to say out loud. We got 10 questions we want to talk about. Starting with number 1. Is it possible to truly love your spouse and still fantasize about a different life?
I mean, I guess it depends on what you mean by fantasize about a different life. I think everybody thinks about what life might be like if they had made different choices. I mean, there's nothing like wrong with that as long as you're not dwelling on it for too long.
Yeah, definitely the word fantasize. What do you mean by fantasize? Like, I can truly love you and fantasize about a different life with you. I would never fantasize about life with anybody else. It's just how our life would be different if we made different choices together.
Right. And I agree with it's not swapping you out for somebody else or anything like that, but more so just kind of like, what if we had done better with our money in college and were able to buy a house right out of graduation or whatever the case may be? Like, just little things like that. Do you think marriage requires sacrifice equally, or does one person usually carry more?
I think it's pretty equal. I think that we've learned to live a life of give and take. We moved to Lawrenceville. For me, that's a sacrifice you had to make because you have the luxury of working from home. And then me making sacrifices might be,
When I had to quit my job and be a stay-at-home mom for like a year and a half, that was the sacrifice of a whole entire income, and you had to carry more of the load financially.
yeah, I guess so. So I think that it's pretty equal, I would say.
I mean, yeah, I agree. I feel like, yeah, in any marriage, you are going to be faced with moments where somebody's going to have to give up something. And as long as, that's for the greater good, then it is what it is.
Are there parts of ourselves that we keep hidden to maintain peace in our marriage?
No,
Not anymore, at least.
not anymore. I think you and I are pretty much very comfortable with all parts of ourselves and exposing all parts of ourselves, being open and vulnerable.
Yeah, I think that's something that I've loved about one of the changes that we've made is that there's no secrets between us. We're able to just be open and honest. And no matter what it is, even if the other person's not going to like it, we're able to be open and honest with each other and say, hey, this is this. And we can deal with the feelings. If you're like, I don't want to tell you this because I know it would hurt you. But I think that we've come to a place where we're like, let's be open and honest no matter what, because we don't want any surprises from each other. We don't want something to come up and it catch the other one by surprise, no matter what it is.
Should your spouse be everything? Best friend, emotional support, lover, or is that unrealistic?
It's definitely not unrealistic because I believe we do have that. You are my best friend for sure. I got a very small circle of friends anyway, but you're the first person I run to tell everything to. You're my best friend. Emotional support, who else would I run to besides you? And lover, that's a given. Who the hell else would be my lover if not you? So you're definitely my everything. I think that's very realistic. I'm not saying it's necessary in all marriages. I think other people can have emotional support given by their friends or family, and they can have best friends outside of their partner. But for me, you are all of those things for me.
Yeah, I could say the same thing about you, and I do agree that this question is kind of multidimensional, where I do have best friends outside of you, and they also double as emotional support people. But then again, so do you as well. And as far as lover, I mean that's just kind of like a given. I don't have multiple lovers.
Is staying in a marriage always stronger than leaving when things get hard?
That's an interesting, saying the word stronger is a very interesting word to stick in there. It really it depends on what get hard means. Like hard times, like what does that mean? If your spouse is just completely treating you like a piece of crap, abusing you, all the things wrong, then yeah, you need to get out of that. But if it's just something like you guys have a hard time communicating, or there's, a lack of intimacy, or, you might be struggling in this type of area, then yeah, I'm going to say that staying is stronger than leaving. Nothing is going to be easy all the time. You're going to have these conflicts, you're going to have these struggles. How you handle those conflicts and struggles is what's going to matter in the end.
I think I agree 100% that it's definitely dependent on, like you said, define hard. If somebody's dogging you out, cheating on you all the time, or being verbally or physically abusive, um, get out. That you could try to justify things and be like, we worked through that and we're such a stronger couple now because I chose to stay. And you could argue both points that if that person truly changed and you stayed, um, that could mean it made you stronger, but also leaving and having to start completely over, that takes a lot of work, a lot of personal growth, and you might argue that it's stronger, it makes you stronger to be able to leave and start over, and that takes more work. So I think there's a case to be made for both, and it just depends on if you choose to stay with somebody when things get hard, can that person change their behavior? And like if they're still gonna be the same person, you're not gonna grow as a couple for staying. Can you both change for the better if you both choose to stay together?
Have we ever outgrown each other and chosen to grow back together?
I don't think we've ever outgrown each other. I think that there's been changes and there's been growth. I think that there's been times in our relationship where we felt like for a moment we were going like there's been times in our relationship where we've questioned um are we still right for each other? And I think that every time that question's been asked and we've thought about it and really put thought into it, there's never been a time where I've been like, we're not right for each other. There's been times where we've come to a place where I'm like, is this still my person? And every time I've thought that, I've always wanted to put the work in to say, we can fix whatever issues we're going through. Everything, every problem we have can be fixed. And I would rather stay with you and grow together than start over with anybody else, because no matter who you're with, I feel like you're always going to get to a place of questioning, is this going to last forever? And I think you could fall in love with anybody. I think that having something as special as we have is different. You could date anybody and fall in love with them. Doesn't necessarily mean that that's your soulmate or person you're supposed to be with forever. I've always felt like you're my person, my soulmate, and person that I'm going to be with forever.
No, I mean, I think what has been kind of like the big thing for us is that we grew up together, like literally gone through every like big major change in life we've gone through together. So I can never say that we have really truly outgrown each other. I do feel like we did come to like a really weird crossword road where it was going to be like, is this person going to be here forever? Just kind of thinking about your life ahead. And it's like, is he going to still be here with me when all of this stuff happens? But I don't think we've ever really outgrown each other. We've just been able to just kind of handle these things together as they come to us. Cause we've figured out life together at the same time in every way. Like everything you learned, I had to learn right alongside of you and vice versa.
Does being married sometimes mean choosing the relationship over your own happiness in the moment?
That's a weird question too. There are moments where you're not happy. And that's not to say that you're miserable or whatever. You could be going through something as a couple, just as a hurdle, and you're like, I'm not happy right now in this moment. Like, I'm not happy. That's not to say that, like, oh, I'm choosing this relationship over my happiness because it is what it is. But you're going to be sitting in that moment where you're not necessarily going to be happy with each other. And you have to think, in long-term stance, like, if I just leave this relationship, is that going to solve everything? Or am I just acting off of a temporary feeling, you know? So I'm going to say that, yeah, sometimes you're going to pick your relationship over your happiness in that particular moment, because it is just a moment. It's not your whole relationship.
Yeah, I agree that it's important to try to make sure that you're not doing everything for the other person, that you're sacrificing your own happiness all the time. But like you said, if it's for a moment, you can look at the bigger picture and say, like right now, I might be unhappy, but if I'm looking at the bigger picture and I trust my partner that what they're doing is something I can't see and they believe in it, I might be able to make that compromise for a moment and say, let my partner lead for a moment, and it might help us together as a couple when we get to the other side. Say, this actually made our marriage stronger.
Yeah, I mean, this is the part where trust and putting in the work, like the real work, comes into play. You have to be able to, like, lean on each other in this aspect. Can love alone sustain a marriage, or is compatibility actually more important? I feel like we touched on a very similar question to this before.
Yeah, we did. And the answer to that was compatibility comes with all the other things necessary in a relationship. Love is not enough in a relationship. I'm not going to say compatibility is more important than love, but there's more to a relationship than just loving each other.
Right. Love is like a baseline. It's like the foundation of it. You can love somebody, but if you're not doing the things to make that known, then it really, like, does it even count at that point? It's a two-way street. You have to rely on both of them. Love alone is not going to do the trick.
Are there ways marriage can limit personal growth? And how do we prevent that?
It depends on the type of person you ended up marrying, really. If that person is not supporting you or encouraging you, and you don't feel very secure in that, then yeah, that's going to end up limiting you in other areas of your life. And the ways that you can prevent that are, obviously being a supportive partner, encouraging your partner, speaking life into them, doing what you have to do on your end to make sure that they can succeed in those areas that they want to.
I think that marriage can limit personal growth mentally and emotionally, and even in our marriage, where right now, where you've been going through trying to find a balance between you're working all day and then when you get off work, how can you make time for me, our kids, and school without somebody feeling like they didn't get you that day? So I think that how we prevent that is finding a balance. Even with this podcast, I think that this is a great bonding experience for me and you and spending quality time together, but you're still wanting to find time to work on your projects for your education, and finding that balance is how we prevent you from limiting your personal growth. And then I think that your personal growth emotionally, like say there's things from your past that you need to heal from and you need to grow. Confiding in me judging you for those things, that's going to limit your personal growth. But you being able to freely express pain or hurt and your emotions, and me being supportive and helping you work through those things, that's how we prevent limiting your personal growth. If I'm judging you on stuff, that will limit it. If you feel like you can be open and honest with me and you can get work through some of that hurt through me listening, that's how we prevent it, is me being a partner that's not going to judge you but help you grow from that, and you can confide in me and I'm here to support you so that we can grow together. You can grow personally and we can grow as a couple, and we can learn how to be open and honest with each other. And no matter what it is, don't worry about my feelings about stuff. I'm here to help you grow so that you can heal from some stuff. And that's what you need, is having a supportive partner.
Right. You have to basically be each other's watering cans. You have to be able to pour into each other in order to see the best in each other. You can be your own hype man all day long, but it is something truly special when you are with a partner that hypes you up in that way. If we met today as the people we are now, do you think we'd still choose each other?
I think it would be a lot more easy to choose each other now because we're so much more mature. And Lord knows you fine as hell. Lord knows you fine as hell today. Like you might have been cute and pretty at 17, but good God, if I saw you today and just met you, I'd follow you in the mall.
Oh my God, not follow that ass in the mall.
I feel like, yeah, dude, you're so much more mature now. I mean, emotionally, all the growth and all the things that we've learned together in this relationship, you being able to uh, communicate better, be open, be honest, and speak your mind, and not fold up when things get tough, being able to say, hey, this hurt my feelings, dude, let's work through this. You're so much easier now. It's like we've built each other up to a point now where it'd be so easy to fall in love with you now. Like you fine and look how much, I mean, dude, you're more educated now too. It's like today, shit. I'm glad I got you when we were 17 because hell, the person you are today, you could get anybody. So hell yeah, I'm lucky to have you.
I feel like, I don't know, the person I am today would be a lot more introverted than I was before, but I do think that if our paths had crossed now, I don't see why we wouldn't still be together. I do feel like over the years, the growth, maturity, the wisdom, just the lessons learned and just learning to be more secure within myself, I feel like, yeah, and then just kind of seeing how you've changed in wanting to just grow as a person and be better, within yourself, and you have these goals and aspirations that you want to hit. I think that would, I definitely would choose you again in this moment as I did 16 years ago. I think it was easy back then too because we were kids, but at the same time harder because Lord knows our frontal lobes were not developed at all, and it was just a lot of us just figuring crap out together. But today, now that we have some of that crap figured out, I think things would just, like you said, have fallen into place a lot more easily.
Do you want to touch on questions that's like not necessarily hot take questions, but like, do you hate your race or something? Why are you with the white guy? Do you hate your race? How do you respond to that?
I have actually gotten that question before, and my answer is no. I don't hate my race. I was like, I don't, and I'm not going to say that very annoying cliche phrase, I don't see color, because that's bullshit. I'm like, I fell in love with somebody who just so happens to be white. That's it. Like,
Bro, that's exactly how I feel. It's like, it's not that you wouldn't date a black guy. We got together at 17, dude. It's like, people ask me, oh, so you don't like white girls? When the hell did I say that?
it's very annoying and I want to speak directly to the interracial couples who might be listening because I'm pretty sure y'all have gotten the same thing. It is very annoying when people see interracial relationships and just assume that we're throwing up the middle finger to our own race. And it's just like, where did you hear me say that? Did I say that? I didn't. I've never bashed my own race. He's never bashed his own race. We just so happen to fall in love with each other, and we also just so happen to not be the same race. It is not rocket science. Have you gotten anything? Has anyone ever said or asked you anything that has just kind of been like, whoa, what?
I think I've been asked, like why. I think people know that my preference is black women, and I've been asked, why are black women my preference? When like I would date any race. I'm not like if we weren't together, I'm attracted to all races. I'm attracted to people. I wouldn't have a problem dating anybody, but my preference would be black women. I think my answer to that has always been I find black women more attractive physically, even outside of the physical things. I feel like I think that y'all love harder. I think that, in my experience, when I look at people I've dated before, especially when it comes to you, I believe that you love harder, even like in your belief in like God. I feel like y'all go so much harder when it comes to what you believe in, your faith and your religion and going to church. I mean, you've been to white church and you've been to black church. It's a completely different atmosphere, and I find it so attractive how much harder y'all go. So it's a lot of stuff that is so attractive to me.
Well said.
Yeah. And I'm not trying to put down nobody else. Like, I'm not saying white people don't go hard in their faith or they don't. I know some white people that throw down in the kitchen.
You have a preference.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I think that's the only question I really get is, what is it about black women you find so attractive? Have you fucking looked at my wife? Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I'm not attracted to white people. I just prefer a fine ass black woman.
Was there ever a time where you felt like you should have just stayed within your own race?
Fuck no.
Oh, okay. I know some people. I mean, I've heard of some stories where people, there are people out there who they want to do the interracial thing, but they're afraid they family gonna, cut them off, cast them out, excommunicado.
No, I don't care about nothing. I don't care about none of that. I got a life to live, and this is what makes me happy as you. And like you said, we could have fell in love with anybody. We just so happened to fall in love with each other at 17 and been together ever since. So, and we've been making it work. Has it been easy loving a black woman? I haven't experienced any struggles I wouldn't experience with anybody else. Like I feel like we haven't really been through issues that's been race specific. Like this has been a struggle for our cultural differences. I don't think we really have been through that.
I mean, outside from the stares we've gotten in public, I don't know, but we used to get stares in public at school, but thankfully that's not a problem anymore.
I think that, but there's been stares both ways. I feel like there's been judgmental stares, but there's also been stares of admiration, like looking at us like that's a really cute couple. Like everywhere we go, especially now that we got kids, when all them little ducklings follow us into a restaurant and people are just looking at us like, oh, they're so cute. Look at them. So I mean, I think it goes both ways where some people gonna judge and some people gonna look at it like y'all got a really beautiful family. Like how many times we've been at a restaurant and somebody came up to us and told us y'all have a really beautiful family.
We literally had someone come up to us and tell us that we had a beautiful family, and then he paid for our meal. Do you remember that?
At Waffle House or something.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't a fancy dinner, but it was still incredibly kind of him to do that, and he only did that just because he saw us and was like, "You guys have a beautiful family," and that almost ugly Kim Kardashian cried in the middle of Waffle House.
But even on the cruise, somebody just came up to us randomly during that trivia thing just to come tell us, hey, y'all got a really beautiful family. And that happens more often, like, than people coming up and saying anything negative. I feel like
Thankfully, no, that has never actually happened. Thankfully, no one has ever approached us and been like, "You ought to be ashamed of yourself." And it's like, I mean, I've heard that has happened before. I mean, if you think about it, you have to think about it. At one point in history, us being married was illegal, and it hasn't even been that long since it has become legal.
yeah, look how far we've come as a society that this is normal now.
We still have a very long way to go, but I think I can agree and say that we are at least heading in the right direction. Okay, guys, so that's all that we have for today. Be sure to follow us on all of our social media accounts on Facebook at For Better, For Worse, For Real, and then all of our other socials, same exact name.
All right, guys. Appreciate y'all joining us. Catch y'all next time on For Better, For Worse, For Real. Peace.
Peace.